Oh my God, Jimmy,
Brandon,
do we have more Star Wars stuff to talk about?
I'm not going to not talk about it.
Oh, what a time to be live.
But this is weird Star Wars news in that cancel culture, they're like trying to hide the fact that this had happened. And I guess because it's on the video game side, it's not that unusual because Star Wars has done this in the past where we've had announcements. The Bounty Hunter one, I really am still.
What was that? 1313 it was called.
I'm still
shit.
crying about that.
It turned out you were going to play as Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Man, that game
But
was cool.
psych, you're not.
No.
So this one, Sony, 2 years ago, I think, 3 years, I don't know, sometime in the past, not now, announced that they're going to remake Knights of the Old Republic.
That has been something that I feel like since gaming has continued to evolve, everyone has always gone back to that game. I think they remastered it the best they could, and that was released. But they're talking about they've been hoping for a full remake for some time, and it looks like we might be getting some traction there,
or not, because we had Sony release.
Well, no, I mean like we're getting some answers.
Okay,
whether we're getting
there, we are, because we got teases and all this, and then out of the blue, all that went away online.
Yeah,
like taking down social media, taking down videos, taking down anything that referenced Sony Knights of the Old Republic.
So, I mean, maybe it has to do with Sony no longer being involved with it.
And that's what's happened in the past with Lucasfilm and Star Wars. Whatever production studio was working on a video game, all of a sudden they're not, and it's done and it's dead. No idea exactly why. This one's sort of weird because Sony has come out and said, oh, it has to do with rights to music. We had to pull it. And it's like, you're Sony.
Yeah.
Like, you have a huge music library. Are you
going to
say
like, there's nothing you could put in place or anything like that?
Yeah,
like,
so it seems like a weak argument. Now, I've got a hot take.
All right. Hot take, here comes.
I hate Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, my God.
Why?
Here we go.
Why?
Why do you hate Knights of the Old Republic?
Cutscenes! Let me play the game! For the love of Mike!
I love the idea.
God!
I love the idea that Jimmy's like, movies and video games have to remain separate. Do not. I don't want to play my movie. I don't want to watch my video game.
I have not found the fine line where it's like, okay, give me information, tell me a story, but let me play. But I do know the ones that don't do it well.
Do you prefer to be that guy who just is running in a circle when someone's talking in the video game?
Have you ever seen the old video with Leroy Jenkins?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not planning shit. Leroy Jenkins! That's where I'm just
woohoo!
Yeah. So don't tell me how to swing a lightsaber.
Like,
I've seen the movie.
They're like, here's important story information you'll need. He's like, shut up, nerd.
I've literally practiced my whole life. I don't need a cutscene that lasts like hours.
I think you could skip. I think most games allow you to skip now.
Well, that's
my thing is like Jimmy's gonna get through a game and go, fuck was this about?
Well, I've done that. Like James was watching me play The Legend of Zelda, the new one. And I was like, click through it. And I was like, wait a minute, what am I supposed to do here? Huh? It's like, you're supposed to watch the cutscene.
Hold on, wait. His name's Link?
I knew that one. It was more like I had this glove and I was supposed to build things. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. And he had to describe it. He's like,
Zelda's a girl?
No, I knew that one. I knew that one. Duh.
Metroid is a girl.
Anywho. Yeah, I knew that one too. But yes, so I'm not a big fan. Now, the hard thing for me, though, is...
I was definitely the guy that was like, Metroid was a girl the first time I ever saw that. I was like, what?
But there's some great characters that came out of Knights of the Old Republic, like Revan, who... Good, then bad. And they luckily wrote books about it, so I got to read the books.
I'm like, Filoni has that placed on a shelf somewhere. Yeah. And you know it's going to be out at the perfect time. He's tried to use it before. Yeah. They've told him no. So there is a plan there. I'm hoping that this shows that maybe another company got the rights for the remake, something. But I also feel like with all that, like the character of Revan, especially where you're at with Disney now, is a money-making machine. Like, give us Revan content. So you have to hope that we will see this in some way down the line.
I would dig that as long as there's not a lot of cut scenes.
No cut scenes.